Okay, here we have another standard matchup, playing Berserker Gruul. Here we won the roll, so we're going to be on the play here. See if we can get our opening hand up. Trying to avoid skipping past any mulligans. So, yeah, here was our opener. No lander, so fortunately that's going to have to get shipped back. This is our mulligan hand, our 6-card hand, and it's not ideal, but I think we're going to run with this. Hope to draw a few more creatures. I'm just going to lead off with a Stomping Ground coming into play tapped. I'm going to play Avacyn's Pilgrim. Draw a Burning-Tree, which is quite nice. I'm going to play out our Flinthoof Boar as well, and get some pressure onto the battlefield. For the Madcap Skills on the Burning-Tree, I like to put the auras onto the creature I'm least worried, I care about least. But not sure if that was the right play, seems like he could have just jumped with the elves rather. So yeah, I'm not sure if that was quite the right decision. But he doesn't jump anyway, as he clearly has something better to do, which is Rakdos. Granted, is probably something better to do. Going to be at step 5, so to negate the life gain he got. Unfortunately, he has a second Frag Tusk, and yeah, that's basically it. I mean, we can't profitably attack. All we've got is a couple of Flings in hand, and I don't think we could have won, unfortunately. So yeah, perhaps a slightly early concession, but things were not looking good for us there. So on to game 2, see if things go a little bit better. So this is our opener. Reasonably decent. We've got a Cackler, we've got a Mauler to follow that up, and a Slaughterhorn and a Rancor. So it's all good stuff. Got a lot of colours, and it seems like a decent start. Going to lead up with Cackler. I'm going to play Avacyn's Pilgrim. Play a Lightning Mauler. Bond it. Just attack for 4. You can chump, but I'm pretty fine with that. Not greatly concerned. We've got another Mauler as well, which we can bond up. This time I'm going to stick a Rancor on it. So we're going to deal some damage even if he does trade with the Mauler. Goes down to 13. When it mulches, doesn't find a single land. Just a lot of cards in his yard, which makes me suspicious that he might be some sort of reanimator deck. I think he is probably a Crater Hoof sort of elf reanimated style deck. He also Faithless Lootings, getting a throwing an Gisela and Acidic Slime into the yard. Here we're going to Rancor up. We could play both our Rancors, but I think we're better off just playing out the Slaughterhorn here and adding the putting Faithless Lootings, using all his mana up, which is just stupid really, seeing as though we've got 7 damage on board. And we see an Unburial Rites, so clearly he would be in, well, if he could find the white mana, he would have been in fairly decent shape next turn. But fortunately we're going to be able to kill him here, and we'll just tap for 7. So it was good, another quick win. So on to game 3. This is a nice opener. We've got Rakdos Cackler, Burning-Tree, Slaughterhorn, Rancor, and Madcap Skills. So we can go Cackler, Burning-Tree, Madcap Skills on the Cackler. It's one of the plays I quite like. Leads to 5 damage on turn 2 usually. So without the Cackler, draw another Burning-Tree, so we can actually Burning-Tree into Madcap Skills, which is quite nice. Or Rancor, depending on what seems like the best play. He plays a Centaur Healer, which is kind of annoying for us. Obviously whenever they're gaining life, that's not something we particularly want to see. So we're going to Burning-Tree, and Madcap Skills, as I mentioned before. Managed to hit him for 5 here, which is nice. Kind of negates the life gain he got off the Centaur Healer. He Faithless Lootings, throwing them Barrow Rites into the yard. Unfortunately, no big creature. And just passes the turn over. I'm going to Rancor up my Cackler. A bit of a risk. I mean, if he's got Lesbian Charm or something, then we're in bad shape. But decided just to go for it. Could have played the second Rancor, but I wanted to play. I wanted to keep up the Slaughterhorn just in case he had some sort of damage-based removal or something like that. I suppose it's unlikely that he would, but depending on how he blocks, I could save my Cackler here with the Slaughterhorn, and so that's the reason I kept that back. As it turns out, he blocks kind of the way I wanted him to. He double blocks the Cackler, which means we can save it with Slaughterhorn, and he just puts his healer in the way of one of our emissaries. I'm going to Slaughterhorn up the Cackler. He untaps in response one of his lands. Unfortunately, doesn't actually have a spell. And my 10-4 Cackler gets in there and survives the turn, putting him down to 4. And yeah, my opponent just concedes. He didn't have an answer to the Cackler, and I managed to put him away pretty quickly, 10-4. So yeah, this deck can be very fast when it gets going.